Alright, this is my custom-built 386 computer system. Some parts of it I got from eBay, the rest came from tag sales, including the case itself. On the front here, we have our 5 1/4 inch and 3 1/2 inch floppy drives respectively. And I do plan to add a CD-ROM drive to this, though I gotta find the appropriate one that's compatible with this configuration. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back here. On the back here we have our power supply here, AT keyboard connector, and of course we have the rest of our standard outputs here, VGA, sound outputs, game ports, parallel serial, 25-pin serial, though the parallel on the bottom is what I'm using at this point, considering that the parallel on this card, while I was using it, the serial on this card was not working properly as far as mouse capabilities are concerned, so it was a freaking pain trying to get the mouse to work properly at first on startup. I mean, I did manage to get it work after some tweaks, but it was a pain still. I even tried it on the 25-pin serial, but that didn't work as much either. So, thankfully I had a parallel card in handy, so I just slapped this one in here and I disabled a parallel on this one and used the one on the bottom instead. Alright, well let's go ahead and pop the cover and see what's on the inside. Yes, completely old school. Let's take a closer look and get the backlight on here. Right here we have our IDE card for our floppy and hard drives. And the hard drive itself is a Seagate model ST3243A, which is around 200 megabytes. And right here we have our Tsing Labs ET4000 video card. It originally had a 256K video card in there, though I decided to swap it out with this one just because I can. And right here we have our genuine Sound Blaster 16, as you can see here, if you can read it upside down. And down here we see our parallel and serial card on the inside, and our 25-pin serial port right here in our parallel card, right down here. And down here, let's get the wires out of the way. Down here we have our RAM here. It originally came with 4 megabytes originally, though I managed to max it out to 8 megs, so fully up to speed here. And right behind the drive bay we can see our processor here. As you can see here, this is powered by an AMD AM386DX40 processor, and all the way back there, right next to it, is an open socket for a 387 Math coprocessor. And I do have plans into adding the Math coprocessor to this so I can see how the performance is with it. And right here we have our external battery pack, in which I had the duct tape as is, which actually holds the CMOS settings. And yes, those are AA's. So for external battery options back in the day, you have to choose either between a rechargeable battery pack or something like this, and have some AA's in handy. And down here, above the RAM, we have what appears to be a slot, which according to my research, is for an external memory cache card. Although mine did not come with it, and looking on eBay and elsewhere, they are next to impossible to find. So if anybody has any information on this, on where I can get it, please do let me know. Alright, I guess that's all the show here. Let's put the cover back on, plug this thing in, and see what this thing can do. Alrighty, we got everything hooked up here. Let's go ahead and power this up. Turn off the light here. Alright, as you can see here, this system has MS-DOS 6.22 installed on here. And it also has Windows 3.11 installed on here as well, though we'll get to that in a moment. But first things first, let's check some settings, shall we? Let's check our hard disk with the check disk here. This will take a moment to load. Alright, as you can see here, this is a 200 megabyte hard drive. Though one thing I forgot to mention, this thing actually originally came with a 40 megabyte hard drive, which is this guy right here. Let me turn on the light so you can see here. Yeah, pretty freaking awesome as far as retro stuff is. But it's only 40 megabytes, so I had to upgrade to 200 megabytes in order to get what I need on this system, so there you have it. Anyways, let's go ahead and check some memory. As you can see here, we have 611 kilobytes of conventional memory free, which is perfectly enough for MS-DOS gaming. But before we get to the good old DOS games, let's load up Windows, shall we? Hope you like the desktop background. Alright, let's explore Windows 3.11, shall we? So see here we have Paintbrush. Might as well show you the mouse here, what I'm using here. This here, let's turn on the lights here, is a three-button mouse with a ball underneath. When was the last time you've seen one of those? Pretty freaking sweet. And on the bottom here is a switch which switches from Microsoft mode to PC mouse mode, so it's pretty interesting. Though I like to have it in PC mouse mode so I can have all three buttons to use. Anyways, let's cut the lights and let's screw around here, shall we? Alright, well that's Paintbrush there. Let's see what else we have. We have Write, which is apparently WordPad in later revisions. Let's process some words. Awesome. We also have Notepad, which is kind of like Write, but it's more basic than that. And we got some more stuff along here. We can do some calculations on the calculator. Alright, well that's the calculator for you. Let's see what else we have here. Ooh, sound recorder. Since I have a microphone plugged in, let's go ahead and test this out, shall we? Doomguy the Second is awesome.
Doomguy the Second is awesome.
Now, let's go ahead and save that, shall we? There we go. Alright, here we have Media Player. We can just go ahead and play our previous WAV file we just recorded. Here we are.
Doomguy the Second is awesome. Doomguy the Second is awesome.
Yep, pretty much what you would expect back in the day when you can record your own sounds. Alright, let's move on to the games that came with Windows 3.11, shall we? You can see here we have only 2 games on here, but that's what you expect. Alright, let's check out Solitaire. Yep, good old Solitaire. Well, I can move this here. Alright, I could have done this in the first place. Oh well. Ah! Can't do anything. Oh well, that's Solitaire for you. Alright, Next we have Minesweeper, which unfortunately I do suck at. So, yeah, not pretty good at it. I mean, there were actually a few times where I actually got lucky and actually won a round, but that's basically about it, so... yeah, pretty something to mess around with once in a while. So yeah, that's Minesweeper. Alright, so let's check out some settings in Windows, shall we? Alright, and that's all there is to show here, so let's go ahead and exit Windows and get right back into DOS. Alright, so now for the meat of what you've been waiting for. Let's get into the yummy DOS game, shall we? Here we go, Wolfenstein 3D. Let's start the game, shall we? I am Death Incarnate! Let's do this. Yeah, you jerk. Alright, that's level 1 done. Alright, well that's Wolf 3D there for you. So something like this game would actually run smoothly on the 486, though it'll run just fine on this here 386. Frick, you can actually run this as low as a 286, so there you have it. Anyways, let's move on to the next game, shall we? Oh yes, Commander Keen 4, Goodbye Galaxy. Good old platforming goodness. One-ups galore. Alright, well that's Commander Keen 4 there for you. Skip this. Alright, let's select the table, shall we? Select stall turn to start with. Let's do this. That sucked. Alright, let's keep trying. That was lame. Alright, let's keep on keeping on. Okay. Alright. Didn't do too bad. Got a high score, so if I can just okay. Alright, alright. Okay, that works. Oh. Derp. Press the wrong buttons here. Alright. And there we go. Alright, I've been into this long enough, so let's get out of here. That's Pinball Dreams there for you. Pinball Dreams 2. Alright, one thing I want to show here with this computer is the issue of the turbo button. Basically, once I try to activate it, it actually will freeze up, no matter what. So, let me just go ahead and demonstrate this for you. I'll just hit the turbo button, which is right here, and see if we can do anything. Turn off the lights here so I can demonstrate. Yep, see, it's not doing anything. So if I just go ahead and put the turbo off, still it won't work. So thankfully resetting it should restore it to its normality. So let's go ahead and do that. And just to prove it further, let's turn on the turbo button again while it's on post. Yeah, see, it won't get past the post there. It froze. Yeah. I'm not even quite sure what the issue with that turbo button is, but hopefully I can remedy this once I test this out even further, so. Yep. Alright, well, let's go ahead and reset this. And let's just get to the setup menu while we're at it. Show you some stuff. Alright, standard CMOS setup, date and time are as they should be. And here we have our hard drive. Yeah, back in the day when you had systems like this, you had to put in your configuration right here in order for your hard drive to work properly. So you have to put in your cylinders, your head, your WB-CON, your L zones, and your sectors in order for the hard drive geometry to be detected properly so that the hard drive will function as it is. And we have our floppy drives configured respectively. And here's advanced CMOS setup, which is basically advanced settings if you're a geek like me, of course. And advanced chipset setup, which is basically pointless for this system actually, though it's more for show. Alright, well that's pretty much all I can show you here, so let's go ahead and boot right back into DOS. Alright, well let's end this video with something frickin' awesome here, which will be none other than frickin' Doom. Let's do this. Now normally a game like this would run perfectly on the 486, though this will run just fine on 386, though the performance will be degrading in this, so just a heads up. Yeah, it'll take a while to load there. So yeah, as you can see here, starts up as normally, as you would expect. Though as we get into the demo here, yeah, as you can see, the gameplay is rather choppy in certain places, so yeah, it works fine nonetheless, so it's just you gotta get used to this choppiness throughout the entire game on this system. Anyways, let's go ahead and play some Doom. I'll be fine with the keyboard, so let's get to it. Alright, well that's Doom in a nutshell. So, there you have it. Well folks, that's my custom built 386 in a nutshell, so hope you guys enjoyed it.